Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Brittany, and today we are talking about 10 things you can do for free in Calgary, Alberta. So I've lived in Calgary for about 9 years now, and it was recently named, I believe, the third most livable city in the world. That's a huge deal. So the items on this list are not in order from like best to worst. They're just random. So let's get into number one, which is High Park. This is High Park. We are on top of a parkade building that is on 10th Ave in downtown Calgary. It's right across the street from a few really good bars and restaurants like National and Craft. You can see behind me here the Calgary Tower. You get some really good views of that. And there's just a few really cool spots that you can do little photo ops, and there's lots of bright colors. It's a really cool spot to come up, have a lunch, or just spend a bit of time taking some photos and relaxing while you're walking around downtown. Next up is 8th Ave or Stephen Ave. So this is a road downtown that is usually closed off to vehicle traffic. It's pedestrian only. You can walk up and down. There are tons of restaurants, shopping, and you can also access the core shopping center, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but there is a large shopping center downtown that is right off of this 8th Avenue strip. In the wintertime, there's usually a bunch of beautiful lights strung up above the street, so you can go for a little stroll, pop in and grab a bite to eat, go shopping. The third thing on this list is Olympic Plaza. At the most eastern end of Stephen Ave or 8th Ave, you'll find yourself at Olympic Plaza. This is a really great spot in the winter because at the bottom of this park area, there is a skating rink with like a giant Christmas tree, and you have beautiful views of Calgary, beautiful views of the tower. You can throw on some skates. They have skate rentals if you don't have your own. You can just skate around and have a nice little family outing. There's also lots of seating in this area. In the summer, you can sit and look at the fountain and just hang out, have a nice little lunch. So this is a good spot to go and hang out in the winter or in the summer. And of course, it is free. The fourth item on this list is Prince's Island Park. This is a beautiful large park that is just north of downtown, and you can access it by foot or by bicycle or by scooter if you go that way. And usually there are some festivals in this area. Sometimes there are like plays that are hosted in Prince's Island Park. There's an area called Eau Claire that's really close to it as well that's going to be undergoing some redevelopment in the next little bit. But for now, it's a really good spot just to walk around with the family, spend a day out and about walking along the river. It's a really beautiful area to just go for a walk and spend some time in nature while you're also inside the city. Vehicles are not allowed on Prince's Island Park unless you are like a service vehicle, like a city vehicle or something like that, but you won't be able to actually drive onto the park. There's also a really fantastic restaurant in Prince's Island Park called the River Cafe. This is a super cute spot. It's really surrounded by nature, lots of trees and bushes. You can go for a really nice elevated meal for a lunch or a dinner, or you can just pop in for a drink on their patio and listen to the sounds of the city and people enjoying a nice walk out and about. This is one of my favorite spaces in Calgary. It's such a nice big green area, and there are playgrounds for kids to play, and there's just a lot to look at. It's really quite beautiful. Number 5 on the list is the Peace Bridge. So just a little bit further west of Prince's Island Park is the Peace Bridge. This is a really big red long bridge that stretches across the Bow River, and it's really cool to just walk over it, take photos of it, or take photos on it. A lot of the times in the summer, you'll see like graduation classes on the Peace Bridge taking photos. So it's really quite cool, and I highly recommend checking it out if you're in that area and just walking around. Next up on the list is an area called Kensington, or also known as Sunnyside or Hillhurst. A lot of people just refer to it as Kensington. There is a road in this area called Kensington Road where you have, again, a lot of bars, a lot of shops, a lot of things to do and just walk around. It's a really cute little area. There's cute little coffee shops, and I lived personally in this area for 3 years, and it was fantastic. It's right along the Bow River. It's very close to the Peace Bridge and Prince's Island Park, but this is definitely a spot that I would check out if you're looking for kind of like a cozy, cute little area that you can walk around, have a nice little meal, and take photos and just be a little bit of a tourist. Number 7 on the list is another area called Inglewood. So this is a really cute spot. It is just east of downtown. And again, lots of shops, lots of really great restaurants. It's along the Bow River as well. So you can do a whole little tour, walk around and see all the sights, take a lot of cute photos. Very close to downtown. There are other spots along the way if you're going to be walking into Inglewood. East Village is another area that's along your way if you're going to be walking from downtown. Number 8 on my list is something called the Devonian Gardens. So this is a really cute, amazing spot at the top of the core shopping center, which is right downtown. Like we mentioned earlier, it is along that Stephen Ave, 8th Ave. You can get into the mall from there. And you can just walk in, and it's actually this massive mall that really doesn't look like it's that big from the outside. I think it's pretty hidden. It's pretty well hidden for the size of it. Once you go in, it's quite tall. I think it's 4 floors tall. And at the very top is something called the Devonian Gardens. So there's a lot of plants. It's very humid. There's lots of like little fountains and koi fish ponds, and you can just walk around, have a nice little lunch, and relax in kind of nature. There is like a glass roof in the mall. So at the top, when you're in the Devonian Gardens, you get like actually sunlight and natural light coming in for the plants, of course. But this is a really cool, fun, free thing to do while you're in Calgary. Check it out. I highly recommend that one. Number 9 on my list is to check out 17th Avenue. So 17th Ave is well known for its nightlife. You have bars like the Ship and Anchor, which is a classic place to go in Calgary. You also have a bar called National. There's a brewery called Trolley 5. There's a whole strip of really fun places to go at night if you're looking for some lively nightlife. I highly recommend checking out 17th Ave. If you're going during the day, there's tons of spots to eat, tons of shopping. There's lots of areas you can just sit and have like a little picnic lunch if you wanted to do that. And number 10 on my list is museums. Calgary has a couple of really amazing museums that are downtown that offer either free nights or entry by donation. The first one is the Glenbow Museum. This is an art museum, and it's currently undergoing a lot of renovations. The Shaw family, which is, if you don't know, a really big telecommunications company in Canada, specifically Western Canada, donated a big sum of money to the Glenbow Museum so that no one would have to pay for entry going forward. So this is going to be free once they reopen, I believe sometime this year in 2023. The next museum on the list is called Studio Bell. It is a music museum, and it's very interactive. This is a pay by donation or pay what you can to enter, but they do have some days that are completely free. So you can go to their website and check out what days, if you're going to be traveling here, to try to line that up, or if you're going to be moving here, something to keep in mind. I also just thought of something else. So we're actually going to do an 11th tip. And this is really close to the Studio Bell. This is the main Calgary Public Library. We're at the Central Library in Calgary, so we have to be a little bit quiet because it is a library, but this building was built in November 2018. It is absolutely beautiful. It is an architectural wonder. We'll show some shots of the inside of this beautiful building. It's a really nice space to come. It's free. You can come take a rest, have a little read, sit in a corner, look at the beautiful views that surround the building. You can see the Calgary Tower from a lot of the windows. There are 4 floors in the building, and there are areas for kids to play. It's a really, really nice place. If you're in the city and you're downtown, check it out. It's such a cool spot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it helps you plan your trip or your move to Calgary. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions or if you wanted to add any tips of your own if you're from Calgary. I'll see you guys in the next video.